Hello everyone, welcome back to another map review. Today we have Quarry. This is a good complex map in my opinion. Let's start the map review with the spawns. Knowing the enemy spawns is useful to predict where they will spawn and to kill them via spawn trapping. Note that if playing in King of the Coop mode, the spawns are mixed. And in CTS or Teams mode, players are more likely to spawn near their team flags. But moving on to camping spots. The first spot I'll talk about is near Red Team's spawn area. This spot is a flat area with a height advantage over Red Team's spawn zone. It is the best camping spot of the map for spawn camping players, as the blue team can hold down this spot and kill a lot of enemies. The area of the camping spot itself isn't too good, as there are 3 points where enemies can access it. And it can be overwhelmed easily, so this spot is mainly only good for blue team spawn camping red. The spot gets a 4 out of 10 rating. Camping spot 2 is on blue team's side of the map, and it is also underground. This spot is a small area above a tunnel and with view over some area nearby. There were a few things I like a lot about this spot. One of them is that it's great for close quarters gunfights. The spot is a small tight area with a few boxes that must be jumped on to get to this spot. That is good because there is only one way for enemies to get up to the spot. And enemies who attempt to climb the boxes who get to the spot can easily be shot while they are doing so. The best things about this spot is that it's good and easy to defend. It only becomes a problem when there are a lot of enemies attacking. And it is also near spots to avoid 1 and 2, which I'll mention near the end of the video. For players who enjoy close quarters gunfights and camping, this might be your favourite spot in the map. As of so far, there is no coop location here, but the spot itself is very good for defending in CTS. It also is one of those spots that is better with teammates to help hold it down and defend. With close quarters weapons, it can be defended effectively. Camping spot 2 gets a 7 out of 10 rating. Camping spot 3 is a hidden camping spot. A secret spot that there's only one way to get to. How to get to the secret camping spot from Red Team spawn. The map layout has been changed in the update, but this way to get to the spot remains the same. The secret camping spot 3 is great because there's only one way to get to it. It has to be most likely the best spot in the map because it is outstanding for killing enemies below you. And it is even better because unlike most spots in the game, enemies below you cannot get to you at all. The ladder can be camped very well, and any enemies on the grass area can be shot at within close distance. Another great thing about this spot is that enemies often don't notice you straight away, because they don't expect you to be there. This spot for me gets a 9 out of 10, a great secret camping spot if you ask me. Moving on to playstyles for this map, Quarry has 2 areas, surface and the underground. Gunfights in these areas play out differently. The surface, medium range gunfights are common. Snipers are generally better, not just the bolt action though, as Free Ranger is a good gun too for many reasons. Despite there being a tip saying Free Ranger is weaker, this statement is misleading. So snipers and automatic weapons will prove useful in medium range combat on the surface. On the surface, the best places to go, I would advise to just go around the edges of the map on the surface. There you'll run into enemies often, and moving around the map is a good way to remain hidden from most enemies except the ones you encounter. Underground, there are less enemies normally than on the surface, but the gunfights you will have are in tight spaces. This is good for guns like the bolt axe and sniper, but even better for a gun like the scrambler. Aggressive players may prefer to fight underground, as unlike the surface, it's a much more confined space in some areas. I would say snipers are worse off than a weapon like the P90, AK or tryhard when it comes to fighting underground here though. The underground is safer than the surface as mostly there are less enemies there. There are some good hiding spots like camping spot 2 I mentioned earlier. Moving on to coop locations. Lastly for the video, the spots to avoid of the map. The first spot to avoid is a unique tunnel at the edge of the map. The bad things about it is that it's a 1x1 block space free, so there's zero room to dodge enemies shooting at you. This area is a dangerous spot as often enemy spawns are near, and this tunnel should only be used for traversing the map. It's easy to be snuck up on and to be shot from in this spot, so stay away from it if you can. It's also near camping spot 2, which is useful for players who are using camping spot 2. The second spot to avoid is under the tunnel directly under camping spot 2. It is bad for the same reason. The tunnel itself is a 1x1 block tunnel. Only in this tunnel if you choose to camp or be near this spot, and there are 3 angles enemies can attack you from. Being underground as well, this spot to avoid has a small tight space of the underground. Players near camping spot 2 can throw grenades down the tunnel as well. Which is all bad news for this spot. There is a coop location here, but don't linger in this spot, it's very vulnerable. Recently, there was an update that significantly changed one of the map spots. This update made camping spot 2 I mentioned completely inaccessible from the normal way, unfortunately. And instead, they added an ultra secret spot that must be found to access camping spot 2. This secret area is very isolated, and as of recording the video, I only ever saw one other player in this spot. Meaning that very few players know about this secret spot after the update. This new spot replaces what I said about camping spot 2, but it's better. That does it for this map review. I hope you enjoyed. Please sort of like and subscribe if you found it helpful.